What would you like to see? What 1, 2, 3 things would you like to see across the industry change?
So I think that the most impactful thing we can see, managed service provider models for this industry. I think there's this acknowledgement that we want all these smart systems in buildings, and it takes effort and energy and expertise to keep those systems operational. And right now, we buy systems for buildings like we're buying a cooling tower that's gonna last 30 years. So I think seeing contracts where whatever the outcome is that the business owner or the building owner is trying to achieve, and then we see a service provider stepping in and saying, yes, I can enable that outcome. It's gonna cost this much. It's gonna be on an ongoing basis because it takes an amount of effort to keep that thing running. That's how we're gonna get some of these things that work really well in the massive enterprise portfolios scaled down to the long tail of the market, because there's not enough resources in those smaller portfolios to get this stuff done on their own.
This is ironic, but I hope that technology can bridge the gap between the real estate, finance, and craft executives and the technology stakeholders, because that's usually been a big cultural divide. And I think that as the technology gets more automated and easier, I think those come together and create a lot of organizational efficiency.
The tenant demands are going up and the resources to address them are going down. So what has to give? And it has to be these time and material-based contracts that people are just sort of, no one knows how much anything's gonna cost. You start a project and halfway through it's 50% more than when you started. And that's gotta get fixed. And it gets fixed by contracting on the outcomes.
I wanna see a lot more of the industry move along. There's some innovators, and a lot of the attendees here, the building owners you'll see walking around these booths, they know what they're doing and they're really pushing the industry. There's a lot of the industry we can drag forward. There's a lot of opportunities in our building stock to make the technology better, to save energy, to run these buildings more efficiently. There's so many existing buildings that are digital pigs, I'll call it. So lots of opportunity still to make our buildings better. That gets us excited and out of bed every day.
Yeah, I think we need more inclusion, but we also need newer blood, right? A lot of people who've been in the industry are timing out and getting to retirement ages. They've done great work, but they're also looking for who the next people are going to be, who's going to take that torch going forward. And I think that's something that we need to start actively doing more.
Adopting and trusting the AI that they're buying.
Yeah, the term I heard today was street to seat. Thinking about the experience in the context of street to seat and all of the different touches an employee has, the train or the their car or whatever into the office. Thinking about those touch points, the technology points that they touch, and how those technologies are all integrated together, I think is going to be critical to the success in the future.
I'm hoping that as AI kind of evolves and as people figure out how their business is going to change as they're using more and more AI, that the synergies start to shape up again. We had it for a long time a certain way, but this market's about to be disrupted, and the disruption is starting now.
Well, there's definitely a big subject around pilots, and so figure out how we can iterate more quickly and not cut any corners. Obviously, we can't cut corners, but we need to get things done, get work done, and I think pilots are a nature of the beast, and we have to get through that prototyping phase of how to deliver across buildings and portfolios, but really creating a framework that we can all accept so that this can be delivered by all of us more effectively.
I think it goes back to moving away from proprietary systems and moving to unlocked and open architecture and embracing the overall efficiency in technology as opposed to strictly focusing on energy savings as it's been the last 20 years.
Cutting out all the fluff, getting rid of all the marketing fluff and just being straight, direct to the point, hard facts, just cutting through all the BS and just doing what they say they're gonna do, under promise, over deliver.
I would say more emphasis in avenue for those kinds of hard conversations. That's what I love most about the last couple of days here. I've spoke at a couple different sessions and I run straight into, here's what failed. We tried this thing, it broke. It did not go anywhere near. It's been refreshing that people have come up after and said, yeah, I tried something similar and it was awful. Here's what I learned. It's that trading of, here's things that we've tried, I'm gonna be vulnerable and tell you about it, that makes this real to me. So it's not just kind of flash and hype and look at the cool new innovative stuff. I want to hear more from the people who have actually tried to deploy it, and not just where it failed, but where it succeeded as well, so we can find learnings in both of those things. So, if my headaches save you a month of time and your headaches save me a year of time, that's how we start moving this forward. So yeah, I think the more that we collectively have those conversations, the better we're all going to be.